everyone, welcome to ACE Online, and I'm back in an express series which we are mainly targeting for the RRB JE examinations. But if you are preparing for some other competitive exams like the banking, SSC, some state level, central level, some technical based examination where there is a section of quant, reasoning and general awareness, then these sessions are very beneficial for you. And if you know someone who are preparing for such competitive exams, then don't forget to share the link of this particular video with them so that they can also join us and practice with us. So without wasting much more time, let's start our today's class, and the topic that we are going to discuss in today's session is the problems on trains. As in the previous lecture, we just studied or we just solved some of the questions based on the concept of time, speed and distance. This topic is quite similar to that one. Instead of men, what we are having trains over here. Here we need to use the concept of relative speed. I know, I'm just hoping that everyone is aware about the concept of relative speed. If you are not, then you can just listen this particular thing for a few seconds, and after that we will start our session. In the relative speeds, if both the trains or if both the persons are coming from the opposite direction, so we know that opposite attracts each other, right? Opposite attract each other. That means here what we are doing, if we are assuming that the speed is S1 and S2, then the relative speed over here is your S1 plus S2. The relative speed over here is your speed, the total sum of these two, S1 plus S2. But if both the things are moving in the same direction, that means same repel, that means we can say that same subtract. So here the relative speed that we can write over here is S1 minus S2, right? This is the only thing that we need to use in the concept of problems on trains. And the length, it doesn't matter whether we are moving in the opposite direction or the same direction, length will always be added, right? So let's start with the very first question and let's see what answer we are getting in this one. The question is saying that a train crosses 60-meter platform in 12 seconds and the same train crosses a car running in the same direction in 10 seconds. Find the length of the train if the speed of the train is 5 times the speed of the car. This question is a very basic one and a very easy one. I guess everyone can easily able to solve this, and just let me know what answer you people are getting. In this chapter also, what we need to do, we just simply need to take care of the units. We just simply need to check whether we are solving all the units or all the things in meter per second or in the kilometers per hour. So any one of you in the comment section, what answer we people are getting over here? The question is saying that the speed of the train is 5 times the speed of the car. So I'm just assuming that the speed of the train is ST is nothing but the 5 times of the speed of the car, which is nothing but SC, right? This is the relation of speed that we are having in between the train and the car. Now, the question is saying that a train crosses a 60-meter platform. Right now, the length of the train is not mentioned, so we are just assuming that the length of the train is this plus 60 meters, the length of the platform, right? Divided by 12. Why I am writing this distance upon time, this will give me the speed of the train. Speed of the train, I am writing it as ST, right? Now the question is saying that the same train crosses a car in the same direction in 10 seconds. That means I can say that here, as both the things are moving in the same direction, that means I need to use the concept of relative speed, right? So I can write that ST minus SC. This is nothing but this is my relative speed. Now the length of the train divided by 10. Now this time why I am not taking any of the length of car, because the length of the car is almost negligible in the front of the length of the train. Now I know that if I am having this particular relation, ultimately what I am getting 4 SC. Because when I am going to replace the speed of the train with this one, ultimately I am getting 4 of the speed of the car, right? Now, what we can do, we can also replace this one with the 5 SC, right? Now, what we are doing, we are just either substitute the value of SC over here or the value of LT over here, right? So, what we can do one thing, we can write the speed of the car is nothing but length of the train divided by 40, right? Now, what I am going to do, I am just going to use this particular term over here. So, length of the train plus 60 divided by 12 is nothing but equal to 5. Now, I am just replacing the speed of the car with this relation, that is nothing but LT divided by 40, right? Now, can we reduce it more? Yes. Here we are getting 8, right? Here we are getting 2 and here I am getting 3. Now, what I will do, I will just simply do the cross multiplication over here. So, 2LT plus 120, it's nothing but 3LT. So, ultimately the length of the train that we are getting over here is of 120 meters. The length of the train that we are getting over here is 120 meters. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. A very good evening to all of you. Very good, Venkat. The correct answer over here is your option number C. It's quite easy. If you are not comfortable in this one, you can also do one thing. You can retrieve a value of LT over here and then replace it, but it is like it will increase 2 to 3 steps of yours, because after that again you need to put value over here and after that you need to calculate this, right? Next. The next question says that a train of length x meter crosses a bridge of x minus 60 meters in 14 seconds, and train also crosses a platform of length 1.5x in 20 seconds. Find the speed of the train in kilometers per hour. This time what we need to do? Very good, Nikhil, very good, Venkat. Now try to solve this particular question. Here we are having relation and ultimately we need to find out the speed of the train in kilometers per hour. Very good, Venkat. Anyone else? Look, here we are talking about the same train, so we are just assuming that the speed of the train is ST, right? Now, a train of length x crosses a bridge of x minus 60 meters in 14 seconds, okay? So, we can say that x plus x minus 60, the length of the train and the length of the platform divided by 14. This will give me the speed of the train, right? Now, for the same train, there's one more thing is given. The train also crosses a platform of length, that means x plus 1.5x, the length of the train and the length of the platform in how many seconds? In 20 seconds. So, what we need to do? First, we just simply need to determine the value of x, as both variables are equal to st, so we can replace it or we can just remove it, and we need to calculate the value of x. When I am going to calculate this, what value we are getting? We are getting 2x over here. 2x minus 60 divided by 14 is nothing but equal to 2.5x divided by 20, right? This is what we are having. Now, when we are removing this decimal over here, what we are getting? We are getting a 0 in the denominator, right? Now, with the help of what? With the help of 2 we can eliminate it. Here we are getting 7 and here we are getting 100, right? Now, again, can we able to reduce it more? So, we can, now we can't do that, but we can do the cross multiplication. So, 200x minus 6000 is, or wait, there's one more thing that we can do instead of this one. Instead of this one, what we can do, we can replace it as 1 by 4, right? 25 into 4 is nothing but 100. Now we can do the cross multiplication. Here we are having 8x minus 150, no, minus 240, sorry, minus 240 is nothing but equal to 7x. The value of x that we are getting over here is 240 meters. The values that we are taking in are 240 meters. Now what we need to do, we just simply need to calculate the speed of the train in kilometers per hour. If you will see, the value that we are using over here is your meter per second. So we can say that the speed of the train, we can put value either in this one or in this one. So here we can say that 2x minus 60 divided by, here we are having 14, right? So we are having 2x, that means 480 minus 60 divided by 14, that is nothing but 420 divided by 14. Now what we need to do, now we are having this in the meter per second and we need to convert it into the kilometer per second. That means we need to multiply it by 18 by 5. Now just simply solve this thing and let me know what answer people are getting. B. Okay, let's see. So here we are getting 30 into 18 by 5, this is nothing but 6 into 18, that is nothing but 108 kilometers per hour. Yes, option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? We just simply need to make the equation first according to the given data, and accordingly we can easily able to get the answer. Next. The next question says that a train can cross a platform and an electric pole in 32 seconds and 12 seconds respectively. The length of the platform is 172 meters. Then find the length of another train whose length is a sum of 25% of the length of the first train and 200% of the length of the platform. What we need to do, we need to find out the length of the second train. How we are going to do that? Very good, Venkat, very good, Deepak. Now try to solve this particular question. Very good, Venkat. Anyone else? Okay, let's start discussing it. A train can cross a platform and an electric pole in 32 seconds and 12 seconds respectively. So with the help of this electric pole, we can say that the speed of the train is nothing but the length of the train divided by 12, right? This we can able to write it with the help of the equation or the data that we are having with the electric pole, right? Now, the question is saying that this is also equal to the length of the train plus 172, which is nothing but the length of the platform divided by 32. Both of these things are equal, right? Now, can we able to reduce it? Yes. Here we can write 3, here we can write 8, right? Now, 8 LT is nothing but equal to 3 LT plus Here we need to multiply. Here we are getting 6, 1 and the 2 carry forward, and 5, 1, 6, right? Now what we are getting? We are getting 5 LT. 5 LT is nothing but 516, right? So the value of length of the train that we are getting over here is 1, and here we are having 0 and 3.2. This is the length of the train that we got over here. This is the length of the train that we got over here. Now the question is saying that we need to find out the length of the another train, right? We need to find out the length of another train, which is nothing but the sum of length of another train, which is nothing but the sum of 25% of the length of the first train. That means 1/4, 25% is 1/4, or what? 103.2, and 200%, that means twice of 172. This is what I need to calculate. So here what value we are getting? We are getting 2 and 2, that is 22. So we are getting 25, and again the 2, that is 5. Let's keep it like this only. Plus here we are having 4, and the 1 is carry forward, this one, right? And when we are going to add it, so 9, and here we are having 369 point something. That means option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. This is a very simple question. We can easily able to solve it. All we need to do is we just simply need to do a basic mathematical calculation, and after that we can easily able to get the answers. Next. The next question says that a train starts from point A to B at a speed of x kilometers per hour in 7:15 am, and train B starts from point B to A at the speed of x plus 15 kilometers per hour in 8:15 am. And the distance between point A to B is 570 kilometers. If they meet at 11:15 am, then find the value of x. Now what you need to do with this value, you need to find out the value of x over here. Very good, Mala. Let's see. Anyone else? Very good, Venkat. Let's see. Okay. So the question is saying that here we are having 2 points at a distance of 570 kilometers. This is my point A and this is my point B, right? And the distance between them is of 570 kilometers. From point A, train A is running. Train A is running at a speed of x kilometers per hour, and this train is started at 7:15 am. Now from point B, there's one more train and it started with the speed of train B, let's suppose, with the speed of x plus 15 kilometers per hour. But it started at 8:15, that means 1 hour after this first train started, right? But the question is also saying that both of these trains met at 11:15. Let's suppose they met at this point and they met it as 11:15 am. Now with this data, what we need to do, we need to find out the value of x. So how we are going to do that? So in 1 hour till 8:15 am, we can say that train A covers a distance of x kilometer, right, as it is running with the speed of x kilometers per hour. So in 1 hour, how much distance this train A can able to cover? X distance, right? Now the remaining distance. Remaining distance is 570 minus x, right? Now what we need to do, we need to use the concept of relative speed as well, as both of the trains are moving from the opposite direction. So the relative speed that we got over here is 2x plus 15. This is the relative speed. Now from 8:15 am, they are meeting after 3 hours. They are meeting after 3 hours, as they are meeting at 11:15 am. So the difference in between the time is of 3 hours. So we can say that this 2x plus 15 is nothing but this thing is equal to the remaining distance that they need to cover, and they covered this distance in a time period of 3 hours. Now what you can need to do, you just simply need to solve this equation. So here what we are getting 6x plus 45 is nothing but 570 minus x, right? So here we are getting 7x is equals to 570 minus 45. So 7x is nothing but equal to, here we are getting 5 and 6 to 5. So the value of x that we are getting over here is of 25 or 75. What value we are getting? Here we are getting 75. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. Very good, Surya. Very good, Deepak. But the correct answer over here is your option number A, 75. It's quite easy. All we need to do is we just simply need to use the concept of relative speed, and we can easily able to get the answer. Next. The next question says that train A and B are running in opposite directions at the same speed and they cross each other in 7.5 seconds, and train A crosses an electric pole in 10 seconds. If the length of the train A is 100 meters more than the length of train B, then find the length of train A. Again, this one is a very easy one. So just solve it out and let me know what answer you people are getting. $150 meters, Venkat. Let's see. Anyone else? Very good, Amit. Anyone else? As the speed of both the trains is given that equal, so we can say that SA is equals to speed of train B, and we are just assuming it as S, right? Okay. There's one more relation which is given over here, that if the length of train A is 100 more than the length of train B, So length of train A and the length of train B, but the relation in between them is saying that LA is nothing but LB plus 100. This is the relation that we are having in the question. Now the question is saying that train A and B are running in opposite direction. Opposite attracts each other, so the relative speed will become 2s. As we are assuming both the speed is equals to s, so s plus s, that is 2s. So according to the question, 2s is nothing but equal to the LA plus LB. We need to add both the values, so LB plus 100, this is nothing but the value of LA plus LB. They crossed each other in 7.5 seconds, right? This is what the equation we are having over here. So 2s is nothing but equals to twice of LB plus 100 divided by 7.5. Now we can take 2 as a common over here, and ultimately we are getting 7.5s is equals to length of train B plus 50. This is the equation that we got from this one. Now, according to the question, there is one more data which is given over here, that train A crosses an electric pole in 10 seconds. That means speed is nothing but equal to the length of train A, or you can also write LB plus 100 divided by 10, right? Now what we are going to do, we are just going to substitute either the value of LB or the value of S over here. As we need to find out the length, so it's better to replace the SO, right? So we can write this equation as LB plus 100 divided by 10. This should be multiplied by 7.5 is nothing but equal to LB plus 50. This is the thing that we are having over here. Now what we can do, we can just simply check whether we can able to cancel it out or not, right? So here we just remove it, and here we are getting 0. So here we are getting 3, here we are getting 4, right? So we are having 3 length of train B plus 300 is nothing but equal to 4 times of length of train B plus 200. So length of train B that we got over here is of 100 meters. If the length of train B is of 100 meters, we can say that length of train A is nothing but 200 meters, because it is 100 meters more than that. So option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. It's quite easy, right? Next. The next question says that train A crosses train B running in the opposite direction in 15 seconds, and the speed of train A is 10 meters per second, more than the speed of train B, and the length of train A is double the length of train B. If train A crosses a pole in 15 seconds, then find the speed of train A. Then find the speed of train A. Any one of you, what answer we people are getting in this one? Very good, Amit. Let's see. Train A crosses train B running in opposite direction in 15 seconds. Okay, so we can say that length of train A plus length of train B plus length of train B divided by 10 divided by 15, not 10, in 15 seconds is nothing but equal to speed of train A plus speed of train B. Right, this is what we can write with the help of the first statement. Now, speed of train A is 10 meter per second is more than the speed of train B, okay. So, we can say that speed of train A is nothing but speed of train B plus 10. This is what we are having in meter per second, right. So, what we can do, we can just replace it as twice of speed of train B plus 10, right. In the next line it is given that, and the length of train A is double of length train B. So, it is also given that length of train A is nothing but the twice of length B, right. So, if we are going to use this particular thing over here, we are getting thrice of length B, length of train B divided by 15, and that is equals to twice of speed of train B plus 10. Can we able to eliminate it anything? Yes, here we can easily able to eliminate it with the help of 3, and here we are getting 5 in the denominator. Now we just simply transfer this 5 to this side, and the length of train B that we got over here is 10 of speed of B plus 50. Now what we need to do, we need to find out some more relations. As there's one more data which is given over here, if train A crosses a pole in 15 seconds, that means length of train A divided by 15 is equals to the speed of train A, right. This is the relation that we are having over here, and ultimately we need to find out the speed of the train A. Okay, so we can do one thing. We can either replace LA or SA with either of the relation which is given over here. So, we can write it as length of A divided by 15 is nothing but speed of B plus 10, right. So, LA is nothing but, or we can also do one thing, we can replace LB. Okay, what if we are going to replace this one, 2LB divided by 15. Wait, I'm getting confused which variable we need to replace over here. The relation that we are having over here is LA divided by SA is equals to 15, right. This is what we are having, right. Any one of you, which variable we should need to replace, either the LA or LB? Or we can also do one thing, instead of going it like this, we can directly substitute the value of either LA or SA over here, right. So, what we can do, we can write it as, okay, let's solve it like this only. Now, twice of this. Okay, what if we multiply it by 2? I'm just multiplying it by 2. So, here we are getting 2LB is equals to 20 SB plus 100. Now, this can be replaced by LA is nothing but 20 SB plus 100, right. This is the equation that we got over here. Now, we just simply replace it by this one. So, 20 SB plus 100 divided by SA is equals to 15. Now, the relation that we are having in between SA and SB is this one. So, 20 speed of train B plus 100 is nothing but equal to 15, and here we are having SB plus 10, right? Now you can do one thing, either first multiply this equation by this one or directly eliminate it by taking the common, right? So here we are getting 4, 20 and 3. So we are having 4 SB plus 20 is nothing but equals to 3 SB plus 30. So the value of SB that we are getting over here is 10 meter per second. The value of speed of train B that we are getting over here is 10, and from this we can easily able to get the value of SA, which is nothing but 20 meter per second. And that's what we need to find out. The correct answer is option number C. The correct answer is your option number C, right? The correct answer that we got over here is your option number C, which is nothing but the 20 meters per second. Sometimes when we are having the multiple variables, we got confused, but if you will just simply go through the equation one more time as I did, then we can easily able to get the answer, right? Next. The next question says that a train crosses 280 meters platform in 20 seconds and the length of the train is 320 meters. If the speed of the train is increased by 100%, then find the time taken by the train to cross the same platform. It's a very easy one. D, let's see. So here the train crosses a platform of 280 meters and the length of the train is 320 meters. This is the total distance and it covered it in 20 seconds. So ultimately this will give me the speed of the train. So here we are getting 0, 0 and 600 by 20. So basically the speed of the train that we got over here is 30 meters per second, right? Now the question is saying that if the speed of the train is increased by 100%, that means it will become the new speed. The new speed is nothing but 60 meters per second. The new speed that we got over here is 60 meters per second, and we need to find out in how much time it will cross the same thing. So instead of this 20, just put 60 and ultimately you will get the answer as 10 seconds. Option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? Next. The next question says that train A starts from Mumbai to Pune at 7 AM and train B starts from Pune to Mumbai at 9:30 AM. And the distance between Mumbai to Pune is 900 meters and both the trains meet at 5:30 AM. It should be PM. 5:30 PM. If the length of train A is 400 meters and it crosses an electric pole in 36 seconds, then find the speed of train B in kilometers per hour. Again, this one is also a very easy one. Yeah, you can also solve these kind of questions for the NTPC as well. Very good, Amit. Let's see. So here the question is saying that we are having two points. The first one is of Mumbai and the second one is of Pune, right? And the distance between them is of 900, it should be kilometer, 900 kilometers, right? Okay. So the question is saying that from Mumbai, train A started at 7 AM train A started at 7 a.m. with the speed is not mentioned. Okay, there's one more train started from Pune, train B, and it started at 9:30 a.m. Both of them met somewhere. Let's suppose they met at this point, and the time at which they met is at 5:30 p.m. Right? Okay. Now the question is saying that if the length of train A is 400 meters, that means the data of this one is given that. The length of the train is given as 400 meters and it covers it crosses an electric pole in 36 seconds. Okay. 36 seconds. Time taken by train A, and ultimately we are getting the speed of train A, right? So here what we are getting, we are just getting 9, and here we are getting 10 into 18 by 5, and why we are multiplying it by 18 by 5, so that we can easily able to get the value in kilometers per hour. So here we are getting 2, and here we are getting 20. So ultimately the speed of train A that we are getting over here is 40 kilometers per hour, right? Now till 9:30, as we need to find out the relative speed and the remaining distance, so we can just simply first find out how much distance covered by train A till 9:30. So till 9:30 a.m. from 7 a.m. that means 2 hours and 30 minutes. In this one, how much distance covered by train A? So 40 plus 20. The distance covered is 40 plus 20. That means a total distance of 100 kilometers is covered. The remaining distance that they need to cover is of 800 kilometers. That means they are meeting somewhere in the 8 kilometers. But we also need to find out the time. So the remaining time, as it is mentioned that they are meeting at 5:30 p.m. That means from 9:30 to 5:30. There's a duration of 8 hours. The time period that we are having is of 8 hours. As both of them are moving from the opposite direction, so we need to use the concept of relative speed is nothing but 800 kilometers divided by 8. That means the value of SB that we got over here is 60 kilometers per hour. The value of SB that we got over here is of 60 kilometers per hour. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Next. The next question says that train A can travel with the speed of 45 kilometers per hour without stoppage and takes 6 hours to reach the destination. But due to some technical work, train takes several stoppage and reach destination 3 hours late. Find the reduced speed of the train. This one is also a very easy one. What we need to do? We just simply need to find out the reduced speed of the train. Option number D, 75. We need to find out the reduced speed, not the increased speed. The value should be lesser than 45. The value should be lesser than 45, and there's only one option in which we are having it. The question is very simple. Train A can travel with the speed of 45 kilometers per hour without stoppage and takes 6 hours. So speed is given as 45 and the time which is given as 6 hours. So from this one, can we able to get the distance? Yes. Distance is nothing but speed into the time. That means the 45 into 6. This is nothing but 270 kilometers. But due to some technical issue or some technical work, train got delayed by 3 hours. That means now the actual time taken by the train, actual time taken by train. Initially it is taking 6 hours, 3 hours more, that means total 9 hours. Now the actual, or we can say the reduced speed, or we can say the new speed. Again, the train needs to cover a distance of 270 in a span of 9 hours. That means the reduced speed that we got over here is of 30 kilometers per hour. Option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one. This is a very, very easy one. And it is clearly mentioned if we are having option something like different, like instead of 60 we are having 27, 20, 10, then we need to think. But if I just don't want to solve this particular question, and if I read it out, I can easily able to say that if I want to find out the reduced speed, it should be lesser than 45. So the only option that we are having over here is of option number B. Next, the next question says that if train A and train B is traveling with 30 kilometers per hour and 45 kilometers per hour respectively, A takes 1 hour more to cover the certain distance D, then find the time taken by train B to cover a distance of 2D plus 20 kilometers distance. How we are going to find it out? Amit, for that you can just simply call to the helpline number. They will give you all the details regarding this. Option number C, let's see. Here we are having two trains and the speed of the trains are given. So we can say that here for train A and for train B. If I have to write down the speed ratio, the speed ratio that we got over here, as these are the speeds, so we can write it as 2 and 3, 2:3. This is the time ratio. Now we know that if the distance D will remain same, the certain distance, we know that if the distance is constant, then the time and the speed are inversely proportional to each other. So if I want to write down the time ratio, it will become 3:2. The difference that we got over here in this ratio is of 1. But according to the question also, the question is saying that A takes 1 hour more to cover a certain distance. That means again the value of this one is actually equal to 1. That means this ratios are present on the multiple of 1. Now with this one, can we able to find out the distance? If we multiply this value, we are getting 90 kilometers. If we are multiplying this value, again we are getting a 90 kilometers. So the distance that we are having over here is of 90 kilometers, right? Now we need to find out the time taken by train B to cover 2D plus 20. 2D, that means 2 into 90 plus 20. 2D plus 20. 2 into 90 plus 20. This is nothing but 180. 180 plus 20. That means we need to find out the time taken by train B to cover 200 kilometers. And the speed, the time taken by train B to cover, okay. So here what we need to do, we need to find out the time. So time is nothing but 200 by 2, that is nothing but 100 hours. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? It's quite easy. Next. The next question says that train A crosses train B coming from opposite direction in 20 seconds and takes 30 seconds when traveling in the same direction. If the length of train A and train B is 200 and 300 meters, then find the speed of train A. This is again a very easy one. You just simply need to create two equations. One is for the opposite direction and one is for the same direction. And you are having two equations, two variables, you can easily able to get the answers. Option number C, let's see. Okay, so first let's try to create an equation for the opposite direction. We know that opposite attracts each other. So SA, speed of train A plus speed of train B. This is nothing but the length of both the trains, which is given as 200 meters and 300 meters. So combined value is 500 meters. When they are coming in the opposite direction, they will cross each other in 20 seconds. This is a value of relative speed that we got in the condition of opposite direction. If they are moving in the same direction, the equation that we can create over here is this one. The distance will remain same and they are taking 30 seconds. Okay, so the value that we are getting over here is 30 seconds, right? So we can't reduce it, so we are putting it as 50 by 3 only, or okay, let's put it as 50 by 3 seconds. Now what we are having two equations, two variables. So what we are going to do, we are just either you can do one thing, just simply multiply this 3 to this side and just multiply this equation also by 3 and you will get the values, right? So when you are going to solve this, what value you are getting? We can write it as 1 and the 2, so 6.67, right, meters per second. So when I am going to add this value, we are having twice of SA is nothing but equal to 0.67 and 1, and here 1 is carry forward, that is 41. So speed of train A is nothing but equals to 0.83 meters per second. Are we having this kind of option? No. We are not having this kind of option. Okay, so as we are not having this kind of option, the nearest option that we got over here is this one. So we are just going with option number C. We are going with our option number C, right? Next. The next question says that total distance covered by train A, covered by a train is 400 km. If the train covers 40% of the distance in 5 hours, 60% of the distance in 8 hours, 50% of the distance in 2 hours and 25% of the distance in 1 hour, then find the average speed of the train. So what value we are getting over here? We know that the formula of average speed is nothing but the total distance covered divided by total time taken. Here, instead of writing it separately, what we can do, we can just simply add this value 40 plus 60, 100, 100 and 50, 150, 150 and 25, that is 175, right? So 175% of distance which is nothing but 400, and the time taken by them is 5 hours plus 8 hours plus 2 hours and plus 1 hour. Just simply solve this particular thing and you can easily able to get the answer. So 175 divided by 100 multiplied by 400 divided by how much value we are getting? We are getting 16 over here. So these two zeros are eliminated. Here we are getting 4. So ultimately what we need to do? We need to solve 175 by 4. So this is nothing but 4 and the 1 is carry forward 43 point something. 43 point something, that means option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one, right? It's quite easy. Next. The next question says that if the average speed of train A and train B is 25 kilometers per hour, while train A can cover 100 kilometers in 5 hours and train B takes 8 hours to cover a distance D, find the speed of train B to cover 3D distance. Again the same concept we need to use. First we need to find out the value of D so that we can easily able to get the value of 3D, and after that the speed of train B. Option number C, let's see. The question is saying that average speed, we just simply use a formula of average speed which is nothing but the total distance covered. So 25 should be equal to total distance covered which is nothing but the 100 kilometer plus D divided by the total time taken. This is a formula that we need to use. Over here what we are having 25 multiplied by 13 is equals to 100 plus D. When you are going to calculate D, you will get, I guess, 225 kilometers. The value of D that you got over here is of 225 kilometers. Now you need to find out the speed of train B, which is nothing but thrice of this one, which is nothing but 225, and the time taken to cover a distance D. I guess in the same time we need to find it out now. So just divide it by 8 and you will get the value. You will get the value, and if you will solve it, you will get value somewhere around 84 point something. So this you need to solve this one and you need to solve this question as your homework. And with this one, let's winding up this lecture over here only. But before ending it, ACE is offering few pre-recorded courses. Currently, they are offering some discount as well on the RRB JE CBT-1, CBT-2, RRB NTPC and many more. For that, what you can do, you can just simply visit the website. Over there, you can just simply go through the courses and you can enroll yourself if you want as per your choices, right? There's one more thing, or there's one important thing, that ACE is also going to conduct the RRB JE 2024 free mock test on 8th of December 2024. The mode is online, and this test is going to be held around 11 AM till 12:30 PM. So don't forget to enroll yourself for this one, as it's completely free, and do more and more practice. With this one, I'm just signing off. Till then, keep smiling, stay safe, bye-bye, and thank you so much for watching this video.